Ah, so here you are. Mother told me you'd be in here. Well, how am I supposed to keep up with all of the schedules of all of my siblings? Exactly. So, have you finished your studies? Are you ready to go into the city? Not yet. You don't think you'll go? Well, why not? We've planned this trip for quite a while now, and Mother and Father said that it was alright. What's changed your mind? I'm nervous about the ball next week. Honey, it's next week. You have plenty of time to practice the dances. I know you're a perfectionist. But come on. It's not the end of the world. Like I said, the ball is next week. You have plenty of time to practice, to rehearse, and to finish up your studies beforehand. You're not going to be a failure, I promise. Well, ignore what the tutor says. They're paid to be very harsh to us. Of course. We are the future royals of the family, so that Mother and Father want us to be at the top of any and every single subject that we're given. Even if that means the tutor has to be a little strict and harsh on us. Trust me, I've been there. It's not fun, I agree. But once you complete this course, then you'll get a new tutor. And I promise you they will be much better. Or at the very least, you'll be more used to that type of teaching. So you still don't want to go? Well, I'm going to convince you to come with me then. The other siblings are too busy or sleeping. Sweet little angels. But that doesn't mean that you should bow out as well. You're my best friend, my younger sibling. We look out for each other. I understand. You don't want to be a failure. Don't want to embarrass yourself. I understand. Trust me. But listen, it's going to be okay. If you're worried about how you're going to look, Mother and Father said that you don't need to dance, especially if you're not 100% comfortable with the choreography. Regardless of whether or not I started dancing in balls as soon as I was told I was able to, that doesn't mean you have to. There's so many different standards. You don't need to worry. I mean, you excel in other subjects, whereas I struggle. It's part of how life is. Practice, 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 you say. What if we go into the city now And then I won't bother you about going out until after the ball. Would that work? Barely. Okay. Come, sit. I don't think the servants care about us sitting down for a moment to talk. Of course. Besides, they listen to us for obvious reasons. I'm here for you. Tell me what's the problem. Why are you so worried about failing? Oh, you want to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well, I suppose I understand that. Of course. We are the royal family. The standards for us as a public figure are very high. All the time we need to look flawless, act flawless. Everything needs to be absolutely perfect. So I understand where you're coming from. I promise. However, it's okay to not be completely prepared. To not be perfect. And of course, there are those instances where there's no room for error. But that doesn't mean while you practice, you can't be imperfect. Besides, all you can do is do your best. That's all you can do. And at least you can say that. Hold your head up high, even if it doesn't turn out completely perfectly the way that you want to. Practice, 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 they say. I understand that. I truly do. My dear, sweet, sweet best friend and sibling and sometimes pain, but in a good way. Look, you know I care about you. And you know that I want you to succeed in all your areas of study. All I can say is practice. Do your best and then be proud of yourself for doing your best. Because that's all you can do. As for that silly phrase of practice makes perfect, it's almost unachievable. Nobody can be perfect. Nobody. Truly, I'm honest. Even mother and father have made mistakes. You know that. Hell, they only barely started a war, but then they picked up the pieces very quickly and avoided it by admitting to their mistakes. I'm not saying that you're going to get to that level. I'm just using them as an example. They're much older than we are, and yet they're still making mistakes here and there. That's part of being human. We're not some gods or exceptional beings like the... No, I don't like saying peasants. Like our people enjoy to portray us as. We're human, just like them. We just have different responsibilities and we have a different lens on us from the public eye. So of course they think we're much better, but we're not. Sometimes we forget to brush our hair in the morning. Sometimes we can't because we're late. It's part of life. That's fine. I always change that phrase of practice makes perfect, because nobody's perfect. So I always tell myself whenever I'm playing, an instrument or a dance, a new dance, practice makes perfect, but I'm not perfect, so I practice. And even if I'm not perfect at that time, I'll still do my best and be proud of it. That's why I say that phrase all the time. Of course, it's useful in all areas of life. Studies, performances, anything that requires study and practice, honestly. And it doesn't even have to pertain to us as royals. I'm sure everyone else can understand that phrase, and they can take it to heart, especially the very end where you say that you are proud for doing your best. That's because they should be, as should you. You're a brilliant person, and a sweet one. You always do your best, even though you say you could do better. That's how everything is. And then, at least at the end, you know how to improve next time. Because there's always going to be a next time. Okay, yes, there are certain circumstances where there's not. But usually there are. Most of the time there are. You're welcome. It seems like all the servants are cleaning up, making some noise and setting up for the gala that Mother and Father are hosting for the charity event. I'm starting to think that we're getting in their way. Of course they're not going to say anything. We're the children of the king and queen. If they say anything, then they might get punished. But I would hope they know we wouldn't do anything. So, why don't we get up, go outside to the carriage, and trot about the city for a little bit? You need some fresh air, I can tell. As do I. Come. It'll be good for us. You'll just grab your coat. Alright, you grab your coat, and I'll meet you outside, okay? Okay,